And massive updates have happened is this D4vd situation. Okay, now I call him D4vd.
D4vd.
I know some people say David, but I call him D4vd. Okay,
this is the R&B guy, right?
Yeah, this is the R&B guy. That for those of you guys that remember, we talked about this very early on into the show. But a lot of updates have happened since that. This singer, he's connected to this underage girl that he was allegedly dating. Some people have kind of pointed this out. Some of his friends or witnesses have kind of pointed to this, and they have matching tattoos as well. And the list goes on. Her body was found in the back of a Tesla that was, or the front of it, because it's the front, right? Or it's the front trunk. So it's the front of it. So the body was found in the front, registered to D4vd's name. And, you know, the case has kind of gone cold for the past 2 months. There hasn't really been an arrest at all.
Really?
And no, there's been no even suspect name.
It was quiet. They weren't giving updates.
Well, not cold. Yeah. Let me clarify. Not literally cold. There's active, of course. It's an active investigation. But in terms of the public's knowledge, cold. Like we weren't getting any news. Nothing was happening until about last week. TMZ started reporting some stuff that, you know, kind of contrary to what I believe D4vd's representative said at the time, that he was cooperating with police. That's not true, according to TMZ, guys. So keep that in mind. That's according to TMZ. And also that the body was partially frozen. Now that's also been debunked by LAPD captain as well.
That's true.
Yeah. What?
It was frozen.
Well, it got debunked by LAPD. Does that mean, what I personally think is maybe that this is misreporting, that maybe there were signs that it was frozen, there was freezer burns, but obviously it's not going to be frozen in a hot car. So it melted. So I think that's what the police guy was trying to say. And then he also said that she wasn't decapitated. But this is what TMZ is saying, that apparently now he's a person of interest. And I mean, let me ask you, Chiv, like, do you think like at a certain point, like, why aren't they just arresting this guy? Because some people are saying that. I mean, I've been saying for a while, I think they got to collect more evidence, make sure they got all the evidence. But I mean, what do you think about this?
I agree with you on that. And to add on, I think because of the nature of the case in terms of their relationship, there's a lot of evidence that can lead to an additional charge that could easily be destroyed by him. You know, in that time. I mean, obviously, there's going to be more evidence, but like you want as much as possible. Is a hard thing to convict, not murder, but anything relating to her being a minor. And so they just want to make sure, you know, he has money, he has the means to flee, he has, you know what I mean? They just want to make sure that they, if they're going to arrest them, that this goes properly 100%, nothing gets lost, because this is somebody who, first of all, it's a heinous crime. I mean, it's a 13-year-old girl, estimated at the time for death, 13, and a grown man. He's famous. So it's definitely a delicate situation. This isn't something that I think they want to risk on a trial. I think they want to make sure that they have this 100% before they go in, so that, you know, a jury can't throw it out, essentially.
Yeah.
What do you think about this whole thing? I mean, this is a crazy case, right?
I remember when it first came out. I haven't really been keeping up to date with it, honestly. I would be lying to you guys if I said I was. But the last thing I do remember was he stopped his tour, right? He was on tour, and during this tour, there was like a casket, an open casket that they had at the shows, but it was like display. It was like for aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how true that is, but I saw something about that online, and she was 14.
Yeah, so
13?
I think it was.
Well, she's 15
It was
now.
something
So I think she was 14.
Her birthday was like the week before they found the body. So it's assumed it was definitely not between her 15th birthday, and her.
Wow.
But she went missing a year before she was 13.
Yeah.
When she went missing, and then she had turned 15 like a week before the body was found. So it's assumed like she was 13, 14 when she died. So that's what I mean. It's a young girl. Like, that's not something that I think you're right about collecting evidence. Like, that's something they need. They're not going to risk losing from, you know, somebody drops the ball, process, poisonous fruit, like something like that. Like, I don't think that's a risk they want to take.
I also heard something about David trying to kind of cover it up, in a sense of getting a girl that looked kind of like her, but older. And he would post her on social media through Discord. She was getting leaked.
It's possible because, I mean, who knows what happened? I mean, personally, just given what we're hearing, I mean, I gotta say, I know that like I said, the captain did refute that it was frozen, but he never, like I said, he didn't. It's not like he said, "Oh, she was never frozen." That's completely false. He just said, "Oh, of course, it would melt." You know what I'm saying? Which no one's denying. But the report did say she was found frozen, so it was a fucked up report.
Yeah.
But what do you call it? But what I think is, look, what if David, or D4vd, I should say his name, kills her in spring? Or what if they get into some sort of fight? Maybe he goes too far, kills her. This is all speculation, guys, so I got to be very careful, guys. This is all my opinion here, but they go back and forth, maybe they have a fight or something like that. It gets physical. He accidentally kills her, calls, somebody he knows. They come over, say, look, best thing to do is, and this is another big piece of evidence too, is that apparently the place he was staying at had a big freezer where
I
big
read
enough
something about
to
that
store a body.
recently.
So maybe they say, look, we're going to chop her up, put her in the freezer. When you go on tour, we're going to put her in the Tesla, drop the Tesla off, and then boom, your alibi is, oh, you were on tour. Of course you couldn't do it. You're on tour. You were away. Someone.
You have multiple cars.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to think automatically that just
That's
because the car is
crazy,
yours
bro.
that they.
That's what it seems to me.
That Tesla was moving though from location to location.
So it was parked in one spot for too long, so it got towed, and they found it. It was in the impound where they found the body. They started to.
TMZ also reported too that apparently it was very vague, because they said that they got this detail super vague, but apparently whatever, David being a suspect, like why they think David is a suspect, has something to do with a vacation trip they took in the spring somewhere. I forgot where. I don't know if you remember, but it's somewhere else that they took some sort of trip in the spring. And because of that, they think he's a suspect. Now, it's not clear what they found. Maybe it could be the fact that they believe she died there. That's maybe what it was. Like I said, in spring, and they say wait till summer and we'll hide the body. I mean, I think it's crazy that someone could have done that, and just live a normal life. Like, you're going on tour, knowing this and living your life, doing interviews, going to the studio. Bro. It's crazy,
And the music doesn't help either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his music is sketchy, man. His music is sketchy.
Tweets don't help.
Incriminate him, bro.
Not that he.
Regardless, it's wrong on so many levels, bro.
It's crazy. I mean, like, I don't think, like, we've seen obviously some, stories of musicians doing terrible things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, not to compare, there's all sorts of bad ones, but this is definitely one of the worst we've ever heard. I mean, seriously, this is an underage girl that literally he was dating. I mean, he's 20 something, or he's 20, I think exactly. And, like literally she's missing. I mean, it definitely seems like we have reason to believe.
Got famous off a song called "Romantic Homicide."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, this if this was like a murder mystery, we'd be like, nah, he didn't do it because it's too obvious. Like he's like this is literally, that's how obvious
it's album
this shit
promotion.
Is. Yeah, it's like literally you're admitting this. You're admitting this in your music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, did you ever listen to D4vd at all?
No, besides that viral song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one, right? Romantic Homicide.
I said this in the first episode we talked about it. I listened to that song a lot.
Yeah. He exposed himself as like a massive fan.
I'm not a fan.
I've heard it. I've heard it online, Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't use any of that stuff, but mainly just Instagram.
One last thing on the D4vd thing that I do want to say is, at the end of the day, if this is what they did, my theory, right? And it might make it very difficult to actually prove David, actually killed the girl. So my question is, will they inevitably hit him with something less? Like, will they hit him with covering up evidence, concealing up, covering up a murder, something like that? And he'll still go to jail for a long time, but it won't be for murder. And I mean, if that happens, I'm curious to see what the public reaction will be, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, people that are upset saying, oh, he definitely killed her. But at the end of the day, if you can nail him on an easier charge to charge him on, then, I mean, maybe it's worth it. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. It depends on it's probably going to depend on the punishment is the thing, right? Like
jail.
Right. So if he doesn't end up in jail, or he does 4 months, 8 months, 9 months, like they're not.
Well, obviously, yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Now, if he's in for 20 years, then I think people might be like, all right, you got him on. Well, you could get him on at least serving a long sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I would definitely want to know.
His career is done. That's the biggest thing that people are going to want to see. They want to see his career ended. Nobody wants to listen to him anymore.
Do you think that he could recover?
No.
He would need an insane amount of evidence that he has no involvement whatsoever.
I mean,
to come back from that. I mean, it would have to be a crazy like receipt that he's got that he had nothing to do with it. They need a video of it not being him.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know David, man, but I've seen what he looks like, and he just looks a little crazy, bro.
Yeah, he does look like a demon sometimes. Like
he says some weird stuff on the internet, bro.
Yeah,
he says some suspicious things on the internet about fantasies and whatnot. But you ever saw the tweet that
what was
poem he did in his notes app? It was like,
what was it?
It was just, I don't remember honestly, but I just remember thinking like, all right, this guy's weird.
Yeah,
it was
some disturbing
weird
shit. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, we know like these artists. We talked about it a few episodes back. Like, they're about the genius thing. I don't know about that with this guy, but he's just fucking crazy. This guy is this guy is maybe 0 of an artist and 100% crazy. Sounds like evil dude. Or maybe not though. We got to wait for the evidence to come in. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he was innocent. I mean, but at the very least, I mean, it definitely seems like they were dating, but that's obviously not confirmed. But I mean, who knows? Who knows what will happen? I mean, with this whole David situation. I mean,
did you see that there was footage? I did see this. I remember now. I actually saw this video 2 days ago, maybe. It was a video of her. Actually, after she was reported missing, she showed up on like a block nearby.
Yeah, I did see that.
And there were people, like a family. It was a regular family in their backyard.
And she's like drunk or something, right?
Yeah, she was. Whoa. She just wasn't in her fucking senses, and she was just blurring out things, and yeah, bro, it's like
that's why the biggest thing I think they're waiting for it that they keep saying is taking a long time is the toxicology report, because they want to see. There was a theory going around that she might have just been on drugs and crawled in to the car. I don't know. I mean, that was a thing going around. That's why they want to wait for the toxicology report. That's why they're not like arresting him too, is they want to see if she was on drugs at the time.
Yeah, well, the police said that initially that, it's not even, they haven't even officially declared this a homicide investigation, but they were like, well, who knows? It could have been, that's where I think speculation came from, because it's like, well, why would they, not say it's a homicide? Well, I think it's probably because they were trying to get D4vd to talk. Don't think he's talking. It seems like, I would have guessed, just based on not knowing anything about anything, like he's a, very rich dude. I'm sure he's going to demand to have a lawyer, and they're going to tell him, don't talk, wait till, especially if they don't clearly have enough evidence to arrest this guy. Who knows? I mean, I think that we're hitting like a boiling point with this. Like, I think we're going to have to at some point get an arrest or something like that. I think at some point, like, there's going to be
a homicide.
Yeah, we need an update. Something. I think maybe within the coming weeks, maybe by the time this episode even comes out. Hopefully not. I really hope not. So hopes. Just realize that probably is going to happen.
You hope they don't solve the crime.
Solve the crime on Saturday, or announce that you solved the crime on Saturday, or maybe even wait a little longer. Maybe you could wait till next week or something in the middle of next week.
I hope they solve it as soon as possible. And
I hope they solve it as soon as possible, but I hope they announce it to the public.
Yeah.
Late. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
so
announce it.
TMZ comes out with the article late.
Yeah. Like, I'm hoping that they say, okay, let's make sure first that we got the right guy, because you don't know with David, you really got to make sure you got the guy with his money, and then you wait, and then we see from there. I mean, I don't know, but David, I think he's in hot water. I think we're going to get an update soon. I mean, I know you didn't listen to David, but I got to ask, somebody did say you listened to is A$AP Rocky. He's also trending because, he's been teasing this album, it's coming out.